Hey guys, welcome. If you saw my last video, you will know that I've got a new bike, the Royal Enfield Himalayan, and I've got loads of mods to go on it. Some of it for practical reasons and usability reasons, some of it just for vanity reasons. But I've got some time today, so I'm just going to crack on, see what I can get on the bike, and take you guys along for the journey, and you can keep me company as I do it. So, first mod is a practical one. Handguards. I've got some AliExpress handguards to go on it. I believe these are barkbuster replicas. Ethical issues with that? Yeah, probably. Am I going to concern myself with it today? No, I'm just going to fit them. Well, we got a lot of bits here. Have we got any instructions? Probably not, but we'll figure it out. Oh no, that's a barkbuster sticker, but these aren't barkbusters, so that sticker will not be going on. These were like 18 quid, so we will find out if they're any good today. Seems robust. That's like... that is steel, which is... it might be aluminium, but quite impressed. Got these. They look plastic bits. How do these attach? Bear with me as I figure this one out, gang. Right, I think that notch goes at the top. I may consult my phone briefly, actually. Let's have a quick look on the line. Okay. So that little notch does go at the top. And this, I suppose, can only go on one way, which means that this is the left one. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Get this out. Okay, so far we've got our bar end weights on. Throttle's still nice and free. Yep. Okay. So if we sit this on a minute, I can give you a quick sort of... can show you what they're going to look like aesthetically if I bring you in some. So that's not bad, is it? Aesthetically, they seem decent. That I do think they're substantial as well. Aha. This is overkill for this, so I will go steady as to not... Right then, compadres. We have got the AliExpress barkbuster knockoffs on the bike. And you know what? I'm very impressed. Let's go through how I've gone about fitting them. So I've kept the bar end weights, and just to make it fit up a bit nicer, I ground a chunk of that off. You can't tell because I painted it black. But yeah, look, these are all powder coated. And the plastic bits are just held on with these screws and retaining bits of plastic. Took a minute figuring out how to get them on. But honestly, yeah, pretty impressed. They do also look the part, I think. Come with this additional deflector piece which I put on. I don't know if I'll leave that there, but less than 20 quid, come on. They're robust as well. The observant of you will notice that there's no mirrors. That's because I've got a new set to go on, so let's get those on. Right then, gang, time for mirrors. What have I got? These were once again from AliExpress. You may see a bit of a theme here. I am a cheap bastard. So these are folding mirrors. I think they are a rip-off of a certain brand, but I don't know what they're called. But yeah, these are mainly for practicality reasons, so you can fold them or take them off with this little thumb screw here. I don't know if they'll add any aesthetic appeal, but what they will add is practicality. Once again, AliExpress, sub 20 quid. Let's get them on. We're going to get lucky and they're going to be the right thread pitch. Probably not. Don't know which one's right and which one's left. Yes, look at that. Don't even have to use an adapter. Get the threads in as far as we can get them. Boom. There's a lot of adjustability on these. Right, we got our mirrors on then. Aesthetic, are they? No, not really, but they are very practical. Let me get you in here. So we got thumb screws. That's going to allow you to loosen them. Adjustment, loads of adjustment on it, obviously, because you've got this ball joint there, and you've also got the lower one. You can fold them in, take them off, all without any tools. Very good, very nice. I'm a fan. Right then, for the next mod, the practical and upstanding members of society should look away. We're doing away with this tail section. Not because it's impractical, although I do fear I'd probably break it eventually off-road, but because it looks absolutely terrible. So I'm gonna get it off. And I've got a solution which I would not recommend because it's not strictly legal. But let's go, let's do it. Whenever I do a mod these days that is strictly for aesthetic reasons, I feel conflicted as a practical person, but also a somewhat young but dumb person. I imagine the older crowd, of which there is a lot of you, according to my analytics, you're going to disapprove of this big time. And I don't really have anything to defend myself other than the fact that just let me do my dumb mod. I can't justify it. It is dumb. Oh, thank God for electric tools, eh? You come out. Alright, we got that out. So we just have a number plate light here to contend with, of which I should be able to unplug like that. And look at that. That entire tail section is off. Alright, let me get this back together and then I'll show you my solution. The way that unbolted is like Royal Enfield actually, you know, expected you to do this or something similar. So I did warn you, but the sensible of you may be wincing when you see this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Boom. Isn't that going to be cool? You either think it's going to be cool or you think it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Either way, I'm holding on to a little bit of, I don't know, motorcycle rebellion and maybe my youth as well. I'm going to do it anyway. Will I get fined? I don't know. There's only one way to find out, I suppose. I'm just going to use some double-sided tape to get this on. Nice and simple. I don't really want to drill any holes in this nice rear mudguard. So this is a flexi plate as well. It's one of the flexible ones. Got it from eBay. I will also carry a full-size number plate in my tail bag like I do with all my motorbikes. I say like I do with the Grom as well. Here in the UK, the punishment for a plate that is non-conforming is a £100 fine. If you're going to do something like this, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you are, make sure you get double-sided foam tape. Regular double-sided tape ain't going to do it. Lots of eyeballing going on here. Well, that is definitely on there. Whether it's straight or not is another story. Want to find out whether I get stopped by the popo for this, then you should subscribe. Yeah, that's cool. Quite happy with that. For the next mod, look what I've got. Oh, it's upside down. Here we go. Boom. This is a Powerage exhaust, which kind of mimics the look of the standard one, but it's got a removable baffle. It's nicer made, and it's going to give us a little bit more volume. Any more performance? Probably not, but volume, hell yeah. So let's have a listen to what the standard one sounds like first. We'll compare. Couple braps. Right, let's get this going. We're going to be reusing this here heat shield. So let's get that off. One day I will eventually probably grow out of doing exhausts on things, but for now, you know, I love the noise. I really love the noise. Where did I put that bolt? This exhaust is a bit massive as well. I do fear if I drop it, it's going to take a bit of a beating. And also, the new exhaust looks cooler, so there is that. All right, heat shield off. What other gubbins have we got? We got this here too to ditch, I would have thought. That's off. I got to tell you, it's nice working on a bike that's pretty new. We're going old school, hand tools. Oh, she is tight. She's tight, tight, tight. Now I'm going to be very careful as to not damage the gasket. Easy does it. Okay. Our gasket has stayed in the pipe. In the tailpipe. I've still got a gasket in there, which I'm going to have to try and fish out. Hopefully, it comes out without too much of a struggle.
Later.
Right, after a bit of a struggle, I managed to get the gasket out. What I ended up doing was getting it back on to the downpipe and kind of just wiggling it off. That seemed to work. Alright, I'm going to reinstall the heat shields now. Give her a wipe down and then see what we think. Right then, got the new exhaust on. Let's listen to it. Still got the baffle in. I think it looks great. That's a bit more like it. Probably a bit of thump from it now. I'm happy with that. Just for shits and gigs, we should try it without the baffle in though. Oh, is there a washer? All right, baffle is out. At idle, it's not that much louder. I mean, it sounds better, but it might be a little bit too noisy. So if you want to see me struggle to fit some tyres, as well as a few other bits and bobs to get the Himalayan ready for both trail riding and road trips, then you should stay tuned and consider subscribing. To anyone that's tuned in to watch another one of my videos, thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.